first setting under grades is general settings. You'll need to revisit the grades once your Moodle site is operational, once teachers know and can tell you what they actually need the gradebook to do. However, the main thing to check here is that under graded roles, student is selected. On the second half of this screen, the most important things to check are the number of decimal places used, the navigation method available in the gradebook, and which export methods are available. The grade category settings are quite sophisticated, and to be honest, in a new Moodle installation you can leave most of these as default settings. Once teachers start using grades and categories, you'll probably need to revisit this with them. An important option on the grade item settings is the grade display type. Here you can select between real, percentage and letter, and it's worth talking with the teaching staff of your organisation to choose which is going to be most relevant. As an administrator, you're able to add new scales to the site. This means that these scales are then available within every course. Administrators are also able to add outcomes to the site. This is used for performance criteria or competency-based outcome schemes. In some organisations and in some marking schemes, it's important to use a letter rather than a percentage or a number. The edit grade letters enables you to set up the correct boundaries for each letter grade. The grader report is a screen that teachers use when marking multiple students. Although quick grading is enabled, quick feedback isn't, and neither is the static students column. Switching both of these things on will really help teachers when using this grader report. The most important setting in the second half of this screen is the Enable Ajax option. This will really speed up teachers' use of the grader report. It does depend on JavaScript being switched on the browser, which it should be anyway when using Moodle, and it also relies on Ajax being enabled in the user's profile. There are even more settings for the grader report lower down. Most of these can be left as defaults, and then later on, as teachers start to use the system, perhaps you can revisit these. There are two options on the overview report. The first is to show the rank of the student in relation to other students within the course, and the second controls how hidden items are calculated within totals. Finally, the user report has a number of settings that help control the way information is viewed when marking a single user. As with most of the settings under grades, these can be left at their default values. We can't stress enough that you will need to revisit the grade and the grade systems once teachers are actually using Moodle.